Hello. Hello. We're joined by someone today. Not the best time, but I guess she can stay, can't she? We're gonna talk about the channel today, guys. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna go over some stuff. It's been a while without uploading, despite me promising that I would. So we need to address some things, don't we? A lot's happened. A lot has happened in the last few months, and things are. Gotta adjust my mic. Things are getting a little bit chaotic in my life, and I need to. Let's just update. Let's just go with a little update. Let's do it. First things you might notice, we're back with another haircut. Yeah, I got the mullet back again, because I just think it looks better. My beard's also grown significantly since my last video. Starting to look the way I want to. I've got, as you can see, I think someone recommended me to listen to this album. Unfortunately, I've already listened to it, so sorry, but yeah, brilliant album, brilliant album. Massive Attack, Mezzanine. Check out Blue Lines as well, and check out Protection. That is a underrated sophomore album from them that not a lot of people talk about. So yeah, Protection, the title track, is a must as well. Anyway, I'll start by talking about the way this channel's grown in the last few months. I think the last time I posted the video I was on 120 something subscribers. I'm now on 350. That has happened without me posting a single video between that time space. So people are literally just checking out my channel despite my very irregular upload schedule. So it's nice to know I've got a little bit of a micro community going on here. Mainly Cocteau Twins fans of all ages, mainly older people actually, which is quite interesting. It's lovely. It's lovely. I welcome all you guys to this little space. The original direction of this channel is no longer. I'll talk about that more in a bit, but don't worry, I'll stay here. I'll stay put. Yeah, so the support, amazing. The conversations I've had in the comments section on some of my videos, amazing. A lot of you guys taking time out of your days to post some pretty interesting comments that I have read all of, by the way. It's got a little bit harder recently because there's so many coming in. But yeah, I find time for it. Absolutely adorable. Hey. Yeah. So I guess I'm then lead on from that and talk about what I want to do with this channel going forward. First of all, don't think that I've stopped being a music fan or anything just because I've stopped uploading recently. Like I've lost my passion for music or anything. Far from it. I feel like I've actually, every day I love music more and more. I've started learning guitar. Let's pan over there. There it is, right there. It's a beauty. I've got a whole lot of new band shirts, whole lot of new quite punk clothing. I really feel like that is my aesthetic nowadays, and I am fully embracing the black and white movement. That's why I got this t-shirt specifically, not just because it's a great album, but because it's a great piece of artwork, a great piece of dark wave artwork, and I like it, and it needs to be on me, you know what I mean? My passion's still there, but it comes down now to editing these videos, which is just like, it's tedious. I'm not gonna lie to you, it is so tedious, it is so boring. I love the result of it, but actually editing it is a nightmare. And I'm pretty good at editing as well, so I hold myself to a high standard, and that just makes it a lot longer. I'm gonna try a new format is what I'm gonna do. It's gonna probably increase my enjoyment. It won't be for all of you because I know a lot of you have come here for reactions, but look, what I'm going to basically do is, I see a lot of YouTubers nowadays, just, it's a little up and coming thing going on where people just talk into their cameras, a nice like 2000s vibe, like nothing too crazy going on, and they just talk about their lives. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to talk about music, okay? I'm going to talk about what albums I've been listening to. I'm going to talk about what songs have come out, whatnot, just me and my camera, you know what I mean? I'll tell you about some experience that I've gone through with an album if it's necessary. I'm going to do that today. The title. So I think we might as well start then. So the focus of today's video, apart from everything I've just discussed, is I would like to talk about a little bit of a special album that I've found out about here. Who would have seen this coming? I don't even know where to start, I'll be real with you. You've read the title, you already know this is a journey, okay? did I ever envisage listening to this album? Probably not. Down tempo, IDM, whatever the fuck this is. This is so far out of my comfort zone, but now it is in my comfort zone. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I absolutely had an experience with this. I need to talk about it. So I'll go through my day first. So this happened about 2 Sundays ago. 2 Sundays ago, I was feeling adventurous. So we dived back into my favourite substance, because that's just how these things go. And I decided I was going to... Apologies. I was going to do my highest dose yet. Yes, I was going to do my highest dose yet. Which, in all honesty, isn't even like... We're still not crazy amounts. I did 300 micrograms, okay, of LSD, yeah? Alright, it's set. I went to a park with 2 of my friends. I took it, played some football, waited for it to set in. It did set in eventually, and it was like the headspace was crazy. Like, I had to get inside. So after playing some football, going to the shop and whatnot, things were starting to twist around me. So I had to get inside. You know what I mean? My friends had the full knowledge of what was going on, so I was in safe hands. Camped out in this room right here, sat in my chair. Knew I was going to listen to this album before, because I heard in someone's trip report that this album was just, if they described it as the universe booting up. I don't know if I entirely agree with that statement, but it was enough to intrigue me to listen to this in the first place. So it took me like 20 minutes to put my headphones on and put the blanket over me, because I like to be in darkness. I was that gone already. And my 2 friends, bless them, are just talking next to me, because like, you always want to do it in threes, because if it's you and there's someone who's sober, it's so dead, because you just can't talk for like 2 hours. So you need 3 people at least. From there, blanket goes on, and I don't even remember the first track, I'll be real. But going back to it, it sets out the album perfectly. It's perfectly liminal, lovely reflective synths coming in. Not even a minute long. All you need really. It's an interlude, but it's a bloody good one. And then we're into music as math. And hey, yeah, this is legit, guys. This is legit. Please listen to this song. Please listen to this song. Even if you're unsure about the album as a whole, please listen to this song specifically. Much like the first track, you first get these incredibly warm, slightly sinister but warm mainly synths, which once again are very liminal. It's just that for the first 30-ish seconds, 20-30-ish seconds, and then suddenly this really hard hitting kick and like treble combination comes in. It's like a tss in there, like a hi-hat, but also just a really hard hitting kick, just tss, tss. Like it's great. And then that plays almost rhythmically, like it's like 1, 2, 3, and then it feels mathematical somehow. It's not, but it just feels like some sort of formula being followed. And then I thought it was some like Soviet like radio sample coming in, but in reality it was someone saying the past inside the present. But it sounded so cryptic. It was cool. And then another 3 hits of the It's like, damn, you're in, and I was in. Okay, I had my eyes closed, and there was 3D stuff floating around me. It wasn't nothing incredibly crazy yet, but things were starting to float around. A few eyes here and there. No aliens yet, none of that. But yeah, and then in comes eventually this it's so crackly, crispy. What's a better word for it? Fizzy, something like that. Trip hop beat. It feels so grimy, dirty, exquisite. It was beautiful. Incredibly rhythmic, incredibly rhythmic, and then simultaneously you get these really distorted electronic vocals coming in, which I just interpret as nonsense. People like to say it's like they're saying yellow ball or something. I don't really care about that. It just sounds like they're using their voice as an instrument, kind of thing. About 3/4 into the song, suddenly you get these haunting, chopped up, very distorted second vocals, which are completely indistinguishable. Almost feels like things are starting to break down, and yeah, it kept on getting stronger and stronger, so it worked. And before you know it, the song's over, and it was just a great chill out, down tempo beat. And that's all it was really, done in all the right ways, and very interesting as well. Very very interesting. Third track, I don't really remember anything about. Whatever. Gyroscope's really interesting. Gyroscope's very very interesting. Track number 4. People point out the counting down. Another sample from a radio. This one's an actual sample from a radio station. People point out the counting down as like really creepy and really cryptic and whatnot, and I guess it is, but I also think it just sounds really good as well. Like the way the numbers roll off their tongue, like it's almost like sibilances going on and stuff. It just feels so soothing. I love it. Once again, I thought it was another language, but it was counting down, and then the drum roll, electronic style drum roll, artificial drum roll, whatever. It's so great as well. It's so great. Very high on the mix. And I like that. I like that a lot. It's like right in the forefront. And some great synths again as well. I mean, this is Boys of Canada. Expect great synths from Boys of Canada. 100% of the time. Dandelion, I've got this song liked. I don't know why, and I don't know why I like it so much. But it just feels so... I don't know, the contrast between the really official documentary style voice of the guy talking about some volcano or something, like really old style, and then the reversed synth melody, key melody, whatever's going on there. It's so great. It's so great. It feels straight out of like the Mandela catalogue or something. Like it's properly like, it sounds evil. I like it. Sunshine Record is cool. Sunshine Record is cool. Track number 6. I don't have it liked because I just think it goes on for a little bit too long. But it's pleasant. It's definitely pleasant, and it's really cool. Cool is the number one word. I think things started to get really serious in my trip around this point, and as my eyes were closed, like it was just like every time like the beat like would sometimes go in reverse and like go back in. It's like the beat was crazy. It's just like there was something controlling the beat in my head, and it's just like so cool. Like they were in slow motion, like going like with their hands like, and it was coming back in like. It's like the down tempo equivalent of just like your mind obliterating and like everything's all over the place, and it keeps on coming back together and then back again, like crazy song. Julian Candy's my favourite on it though. That's my favourite. Starts up with this really creepy sample, really creepy, with some vocals in the back, some random people talking. No. But then the beat comes in, yeah, with the flute, with the tropical Amazonian sounding flute and all that. Like you could tame a snake with it or something. With the like suction cup kind of beat going on, like really unique, really wonderful. And it's that for a while. Then you get these like really a second layer of like wind instruments coming in, which are all like out of tune and stuff and like really indistinct, but somehow it works, and it sounds so chaotic but so complete at the same time. And then possibly my favourite moment on the whole album, after the first set of like disconstructed flutes come in, it suddenly tones down for a bit, and then suddenly you get the most nasty synth compilation. I might as well play. I'll play what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's just nasty. There's no other word for it. It's so cool sounding. Trip version of me appreciated this a lot. Like, I had a bunch of like at this point. I think by this point I was definitely entering like the like vortexes and stuff. Like you see those like diagrams of like the expansion of the universe and stuff. Like on both sides of my vision, we had that essentially, these curved 3D meshes, essentially you could call them, and they were spiraling, and I was going down them. I was going down on a roller coaster at this point. I had some sort of beings on either side of me, almost like they were directing me down this vehicle of sorts. I think people like to talk about aliens operating them on stuff. I think I got that at one point, but it wasn't as crazy as it could have been. Probably because I didn't take enough, but yeah, it was a bit weird. And yeah, we have these beings where they took me down a bunch of vortexes. The whole time I'm seeing the vortexes in the forefront, and in the background, past the vortex, I'm seeing random visions or memories and made up stuff. Like I kept on getting fake visions of people like lifting up the blanket, like checking on me, like, but it was just my mind making it up. I think I was worried I was gonna like go too far or something. I didn't. And I kept on, there was these billboards which had projections of my friends on them with their eyes crossed out for some reason, and I kept on like smashing into them. I was on some sort of vehicle and I just kept on smashing into them, like that scene in GTA San Andreas where the guys go through the billboard on their car. It was the same thing, but from a first person view, and I'm just crashing into cutouts of all my friends, and it's really cool. I don't know why, but it was just cool. I liked it. And yeah, talking about geogaddi, yeah, it all comes together at the end as well. Just beautifully layered. By the end of the song, you've got both sets of flutes in there with the synths, with the incredible beat, which is reverses and goes back in motion. It's crazy. And you even get these hand drums coming in, I think, at the end as well, which just certify it. Just certifies it. 1969 was great. 1969 was great. Rare usage of like rudimentary drums on it, with like heavy kicks and a lot of cymbal and stuff going in there. Quite cool. When you get to the actual, like, I guess you could call it a chorus. It's just so drenched in like syrup almost. It's not sweet, but it is just drenched in something, and it's beautiful. Beach at Red Point's also insane. One of the coolest tracks on here too. Feels so spatial, so zonal, like you're deep in your own head, and I was technically, so maybe that's just me, but yeah, great use of flutes again. A bit of a dry spell from tracks 12 to 18ish. Don't really remember anything from Alpha and Omega, Devil in the Details, A is to B as A, whatever that one is. Yeah, that whole period, it was great in the trip, but I don't remember anything sober from it. So then you get Dawn Chorus, and it's like, what? Where did this come from? Dawn Chorus is beautiful. Dawn Chorus is so beautiful. It sounds like a track that was made this year, not a track that was made in 2002. That's for sure. Very, very loud. Almost assault your ear synths coming in throughout the track. Very powerful as well. It's based on that. And yeah, the last 4 tracks I don't remember either, but that's alright. I have a very long review on this. I might read some sections from it, just so I can remind myself of how I summarise this album. Oh yeah, I almost entered like, not ego death, but something similar to it, where basically I was debating the problems in my life, and my mind, I was like blindly asking, essentially my mind, a bunch of questions like, how can I solve these problems in my life? And I was getting responses the whole time, but it wasn't cutting it for me. Like, I wasn't getting to the bottom of the issue. And then suddenly some other part of my mind singled me out as the issue, and suddenly all the visions I was seeing looked really angry and started looking like they were about to destroy me. My mind had separated into a bunch of fragments. And I was the only fragment left. Everything else is off in the distance, and now they've found me, and they know I'm the problem, and they're gonna continue on without me, and I'm going to live without myself for the rest of my life. That was my thought. Okay, I thought I was gonna be banished to darkness or something. I was gonna be stuck in my mind for the rest of my life, and I was gonna see myself do a bunch of actions, but it's not actually me controlling them. Madness, absolute madness. Thankfully, those thoughts only lasted about 30 seconds before I managed to pick my mind back up together, essentially. I think it was actually a part of one of the songs that snapped me back to reality, because I just appreciated how good it was for a moment. Like, I was grooving, man. I was grooving so hard. Yeah, that's my trip. It was a great trip. I also got a girl's number afterwards as well. During the come down, I went to my local park, chilled with another group of friends. So yeah, this is a stunning album. There's a lot of tracks on here that are misses, but the highs are so ridiculously high that I ended up giving this a 9 out of 10. And solid 9 out of 10. Could have gone even higher, but it was just the misses were... There was too many misses for me to go higher, if I'm real with you. But Music is Math, Gyroscope, Julian Candy, 1969, Beach at Red Point, and Dawn Chorus especially. Those are 6 tracks which are some of the best electronic tracks I've ever heard. Up there with the likes of Sweet Trip, Velocity Design Comfort, some of the tracks on there. That's how good we're talking, some of these tracks are. Even some Aphex Twin tracks, as good as them. So yeah, definitely check this out, especially if you want a trip, because it's so deeply psychedelic. It doesn't even have psychedelia listed as one of the genres or subgenres on rating sites, but like, oh shit, never mind, it just got added. I just realized it just got added. Okay, someone actually, because I ended up commenting talking about how this was not psychedelia, someone actually changed it and made it neo psychedelia. So thank you so much. I actually have an influence on the album of the year. Great. Yeah, anyway, that's enough about the album. I guess I'm gonna close off with a few more points. You guys are giving me so many recommendations, it's actually overwhelming. And the ironic part is 50% of the recommendations you've given me I've already listened to, honestly. I've done a lot of listening in my free time since my last reaction videos. I've listened to almost every Cocteau Twins album. I've literally just got to go through like Pink Opaque, Milk and Kisses, and For Canada Cafe. Those are the only things in the whole discography, including EPs. I've done all EPs. Those are only 3 I haven't touched yet. Sorry I couldn't make a reaction video on them, but hey, that's not me anymore. I'm just gonna chat shit to my camera, essentially. Just like with some of our other videos, open some discussions in the comment section. Chat to me. I mean, chatting about music is the thing I love most in this world. More than posting the videos in the first place. I just like talking about music. So yeah, we can open up some of those conversations. If ever I hear an album, I will talk about it on this channel. If it's meaningful to me, I will sit down and talk to you guys. However, yeah, I know it's been a while. I've got a top 100 songs video coming out soon. I have recorded 3 reactions, but I haven't edited any of them. I might just archive them. I don't think I'm going to post them anytime soon, but they will stay there on my PC if I ever feel like uploading them. But yeah, that's essentially it. I wish all you guys well. Expect weekly uploads, I'd say. Expect weekly uploads.